So that was the insight that Carl Jung shared with us. And this is a very powerful insight if we understand it and know how to use it. So first we must understand what does Carl Jung means deeply by sharing this quote, by sharing this insight with us. Okay? So as soon as you understand it, now you know how does it work and how can it works for you. So it says, until you make the conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Okay? So let's understand this quote. This is what you are going to do here throughout this video so you can understand it and apply it to your life. Now, what are the key insight that we have to extract from this quote? That says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you call it fate. The first insight that we are going to work with is that the unconscious can direct your life. Now, until you make this unconscious, the content that you have in your unconscious mind conscious, it will still direct your life, but you call it fate. Why does the content I have in my subconscious mind can direct my life? How does the content I have on the subconscious mind can direct my future? Okay? So let's understand this. Okay. So we say this is the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So you see this represent 5% and this 95%. Okay? So these are the content that we have on our conscious minds. This is what we know. Okay? So these are the content that we have on our conscious mind. So 5% of the time, whenever we are making a decision, we make this decision based on the content that we have on a conscious mind. That's the reason you might have a lot of knowledge on how to do a thing, but if you don't have the identity or if you don't believe that you are a person that can do this thing, you'll not do it. The identity and the belief, they are here on your subconscious mind. But 5% of the time, whenever we are going to act, because a physical action always brings a physical result, 5% of the time, whenever we're going to act, we're going to do that based on the content that we have in our conscious mind. Okay? The knowledge that we've been acquiring. Now, 95% of the time, whenever you're going to act, you're going to do something. So most of the time, you do it based on the content that you have on the subconscious part. And the primary content that we use is our identity, which can also be considered as a self-concept. So how we see ourselves and our self-image. Okay? And this generates the belief that we have about ourselves and the world. Okay? So this is 95% of the time. Now, this 95% of the time, whenever you're going to act, you do it unconsciously, it will bring also a certain result. But this process is unconscious. Why is it unconscious? Because it's automatic. So it's based on program. And how does this programming happen? How does the content that you have on or how is your subconscious mind is being programmed? Your subconscious mind is programmed using two primary things, which is the frequency as emotion. Okay? So these are two ways that your subconscious mind, all the content, all the program you have in your subconscious mind, they are there based on these two things. So these are things that you've done repeatedly and you attach a certain emotional connection to. Okay? So they build a program. And these programs altogether, guys like Bob Proctor call them a paradigm. Okay? So 95% of the result that you are going to get, they are from this program, from this paradigm. So only 5% of your result will come from the content that you have in the first response. That's the reason I repeat, I said that some people know they have the knowledge, the insight on how to do a thing. Okay, for example, how to save money, how to make a budget, how to eat healthier, and how to do things, but they don't do it. Why? Because they don't have the identity of a person that can do this thing, and they don't have the belief that are necessary that can help them to do this thing. Make of the content that you have in the subconscious mind conscious. What do I mean by that? To make them conscious and to analyze them, to make sure that this programming that we have in our subconscious mind at the current moment is the useful program that can help us to get the result that we're looking for. So the problem is not with the programming. The problem is the problem is with the content of the programmer. So there's nothing wrong with your subconscious mind being programmed, but the problem is your subconscious mind is being programmed with the wrong content. What do I mean by the wrong content? Content that can help you to achieve the result that you're looking for. Because if you really want your future, if you really want your life to be designed the way that you desire it to be, you must make your subconscious mind conscious. You must make the conscious conscious. Why do you have to do that? So you can analyze it and see what is the content that you have there and see if this content can help you to achieve the thing that you want to achieve. So you must analyze the identity assumption that you have on your conscious mind. You must also analyze the belief that you currently hold on your subconscious mind and see if they are aligned with the result that you're looking for. Okay? Because the unconscious mind is the automatic machine that can help you to achieve what you want if you program it with the correct content. But it can also be the machine that can sabotage what you want if it's being programmed with the wrong content. Okay? Because it doesn't matter what you know, what you've learned about the life that you're looking for, what you've learned about the habits that you want to build, about the thing that you want to do. It doesn't matter if you learn them or not. What matters is if you are the person that can do this thing and if you have the belief that are necessary that can help you do this thing. Because if you, even though you know how to do a thing, if you're not the person, if you believe that you're not the person that can do this thing, you won't do it. Okay? So that's the reason you must make of this identity assumption that we hold about ourselves and about the world. Because if you are the person and if you have the correct belief, even though you don't know how to do a thing, you look for ways to do the stuff. So you learn. So you use this 5% of the mind, the conscious mind, to learn how to do the stuff. And you have and you have the patience necessary until you have the result that you're looking for, because you are the person. You're not going to do a thing based on the result that you're looking for, but you do this thing because you are a person that can do this thing. So that is what Carl Jung advise. If you want to predict your future, if you want to predict the goal that you're setting yourself to do, okay? So if you really want to know if you're going to have what you set yourself to have in the future, you must make of your unconscious conscious. Make of the content that you have on your unconscious mind to make them conscious, to analyze them, to be aware of them, and see if they are the correct content that can get you where you want to go. Because 95% of your result will come from the 95% will come from the content that you have in your unconscious mind. And the problem with that is most of the time when you're going to act based on this content, you're not going to be aware that you're using here an identity assumption or belief that you have on your unconscious mind. So you're not going to be aware that you're using the content that you have in your unconscious mind. Because there's something that we always say here on the silo. We always say the content that you have on your unconscious mind, you're not going to be aware of the exact moment when they get there. Neither you'll know when this content are being expressed into your action. So that's the reason the first work you must do if you want to make sure that the goal, the objectives, the thing that you are setting yourself to achieve in the future, that you are going to get that. The first work you must know, the first work you must do is to make of the content on your subconscious mind to be conscious so you can analyze it. And if you need help, like always, there is always a link in the description below. We have a framework called the Framework of Change Mastery. This is a framework that can help you, that has 5 modules that can help you to make the change that you want to make in your life easier and a successful process. Okay? So if you had something in your life that you wanted to start, if you had something in your life that you wanted to stop, but you see it difficult for you to achieve, even though you know how to do this thing consciously, and you see that you can't do them for the required time that is necessary for you to get the result, because you can't be aware of the content that you have in your subconscious mind. You don't know how to reprogram it. So go ahead and check our website. There's a free guide. You can download this guide. It'll help you for free. It'll help you. It'll teach you. It'll show you how this framework can help you make of the change that you want to make in your life, either in finances, your health, the relationship, a success. But for now, I'm leaving you with the Carl Jung advice, which is until you make the subconscious, the unconscious, conscious, it will direct your life and you call it fate. So if you want to achieve the thing that you set yourself to achieve, the first work you must do before you learn to do anything else is to make of the content you currently hold on your subconscious mind, to make them conscious and to analyze it, to be aware of them and see if they are the correct content that can help you to get where you want to go. Because this machine, which is the subconscious mind, can either help you to achieve what you want or sabotage what you want. For now, I leave you with this advice. And if you have any question, please let us know in the comment below. And if you want help, again, go ahead and check our website. And see you on the next video.